Hey, peace and love. This is Sam Thousand with Vibrations. It's a lovely day on this Saturday morning. Peace and love to everyone out there. Yo, Vibrations launched an app, a mobile app for Android and iOS to document what's happening on the scene here with open mics and jam sessions throughout greater Chicago. We received a lot of great feedback from all the artists and event goers and throwers. So we appreciate y'all supporting. We got a lot of upcoming events coming up for this next coming week. So check it out. Yep. You're tuning in to Soundboard Saturdays. Every Saturday, we go live here on our platform to amplify the scene, amplify what's going on with this app. Once again, Vibrations launched our app in January 2024. This was a solution for a much needed app or some type of. This was a solution for a problem for having some type of hub where we can have a calendar, a map, some type of aid to help us get to where we're trying to get to as artists. A lot of us are trying to find open mics and jam sessions to collaborate with other artists, to find new spaces, to share our art and to find inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that open mics and jam sessions in any artist community is indicative of a thriving artist community. This is where we share our art. This is where we sometimes even finish writing our art. This is where we get the inspiration for it. This is where we collaborate. We find collaborators, where we find just dope artists on the scene and kind of get a gauge on what's happening so it can inform us on what we need to do. I remember back in the day when I used to go to open mics and jam sessions. When I would come back home, I could not go to sleep. I had to create. I had to do something creative to just really get out what I was feeling because I was so inspired. I always left these type of events so inspired. And in my opinion, inspiration is the fuel. You know, it's the fuel for us artists to be able to do what we do. And ultimately, you know, we need a dope space, we need a dope stage, we need a dope environment, a warm, loving space for us to feel our best selves. And open mics and jam sessions are just that. So if you haven't been to open mic or jam session, or if you're looking for open mics or jam sessions, check out the Vibrations app. You can download it for free in the iOS App Store or in the App Store for Android. Just check it out right there. If you run an open mic or a jam session and you don't see your event on our calendar or on our map, just download the app and upload it for free. There'll be a few questions that you'll need to answer and respond to so we can get the proper information and we can have that on the app, and it'll be up until the event is over, and then you could upload it again. Now, we're working on the second version of the app right now to where it's a little bit more streamlined, it's a little bit more automated, and that's coming really, really soon. I'm really excited to announce that. But for now, we have this app right here. It's a little bit manual, but yeah, we're making it happen. Shout out to Antoinette Houston. What's up? Artist support for the win. That's love. Yeah, appreciate you, Antoinette. Good to see you. Shout out. I know you've been cooking up some dope music and energy. Where you at right now? Let me know. Are you in Chicago? Are you in another? Are you in the burbs? Are you in another part of the nation or the world? You in Chicago? Okay, word. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in and showing love. Hopefully I can see you at an open mic sometime. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to go to open mics when we were coming up on the scene, you know, but there's nothing wrong with veterans going to open mics. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to show these young cats what's happening. But it's also dope for us veterans to, what I'm saying, to kind of mingle with the newcomers, with the folks who are just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Open mics traditionally they give you a variety. You know what I'm saying? You got a wide array of just dope talent and dope art, and many of them are open to so many different types of artists as well. So open mics are not just for poets. In most cases, they're not just for musicians. We've seen dancers, we've seen storytellers, we've seen variety acts, theater, so there's something for everyone. So an open mic is an open mic. It's open. You feel me? All right. So once again, we have some events coming up on the Cybrations app. These are events all found on the Cybrations app. Check out this commercial. SOUNDBOARD Saturdays. Hey, peace and love, family. This is Sam Thousand with Cybrations. It's a lovely day here in Chicago. Man, Saturdays have been really beautiful. So I'm inspired by the sunshine and the good weather, the clear skies, for a clear mind. You're tuning in to SOUNDBOARD Saturdays. That's right, SOUNDBOARD Saturdays. We're amplifying the Cybrations app. The Cybrations app houses a lot of open mics and jam sessions for you. If you're looking for an open mic, you're looking for a jam session to go to, this is an app that amplifies all open mics and jam sessions in Greater Chicago. Now, you can check out the app by downloading it for free in the iOS store or the Android store. All right. If you host an open mic or jam session and you don't see your event on our calendar or on our map, you can surely just upload your event yourself. And you can put in the proper information and it will live right there on the app until the event is over. So we appreciate all the responses we received from everyone in the community. We know that this is a solution to a problem that we've had for so many years, which is just really trying to understand what's going on in the city. Where are the artists at? You know what I'm saying? Artists like to be around other artists. You know, we just love to gain inspiration from each other, bounce ideas, just bounce good energy, that creative spirit, you know what I'm saying? Inspiration and concepts. And also just love to just hear each other and see each other do our thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what's really dope about the artist community, especially when it's thriving. And what's indicative of a thriving art scene is open mics and jam sessions, spaces for artists to create and share, gather, get together, you know what I'm saying, and just vibe. So we're excited to have this app for you, for the community, for us all to know what's going on, and for us all to have open stages to participate in. We have a lot of upcoming events coming on the app right now. If you want to check them out in detail, just download the app. It's free in the App Store for iOS and Android. But for now, we're going to share some of that info. And if you'd like to get more info, once again, just check out the app. SOUNDBOARD Saturday. Hey, peace and love, family. It's Sam Thousand with Shibrations. You are tuned in to SOUNDBOARD Saturdays. SOUNDBOARD Saturdays, we amplify the open mics and jam sessions that are found on our app. Okay, if you don't have the app, check out the app. It's in iOS stores, it's in Android stores for free. This is an app that's pretty much a calendar app for open mics and jam sessions. If you're looking for these type of events, if you're an artist, if you're documenting, if you're just looking to just vibe and just see what the scene is looking like, check out the app, go to one of the events. All the information is found on the app. If you do run an open mic or a jam session and you do not see your event on the app, you should definitely just download the app and upload your event. This is open for the community. This is for the community to share. It is all free. We don't want nothing from you but the vibes. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. We have some upcoming events really coming up real quick on the Shibrations app. So I want to share those with you right now. Check them out. SOUNDBOARD Saturdays. Hey, peace and love, y'all. Once again, this is Sam Thousand with Vibrations. It's a beautiful day on this Saturday morning. You are tuned into Soundboard Saturdays. This is our pilot live stream to amplify the open mics and jam sessions that are found on the Vibrations app. If you don't know about the Vibrations app, it is a free application that's found in the app stores. And this app is for open mics and jam sessions throughout the greater Chicago region. All right, so there's a list view, there's a map view. If you have an event, you can do the event submission. And this is all live and free on the app stores for your phone, mobile phone. You can take it wherever. It's for free dollars. Yes, check it out. Check it out. So we have few open mics coming up. Well, we got plenty of open mics coming up, but we have one jam session coming up in the immediate future, and we got a special guest here today to talk about that. So I'm about to bring him in right now. Y'all make some noise for Ryan Neither.
Yeah.
What's happening, bro?
Yo, what's going on? You got it, man. You got it, too. Yes, sir.
Man.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Man, for real. Yeah, I appreciate you jumping on, man. I know you probably just getting up. It's an early morning for many artists and creatives who live that lifestyle, you know, especially for a weekend night. How you feeling though?
Man, I'm feeling all right, man. I actually I had to be up anyway. I gotta get out of here in a little bit and go do the stuff for Fred Nelson, you know.
Yes, sir.
Fred Nelson. Yeah. So, but
Fred Nelson. Yeah, that gentleman is a living legend. You know.
Yes. I know. OG.
Franklin. Yeah, OG, man. Yes. Yes.
MD for Jennifer Hudson. Yeah.
MD for Jennifer Hudson. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. Yeah. Shout out to Fred Nelson, man. But let's talk about what you've been up to, man. You've been hosting this jam session. The Bog Jam.
Yeah, man.
Talk a little bit about that?
Of course. Yeah. Monthly thing. We've been going. I think we're in our third year now, which is crazy. But yeah, man, it's something that we've been doing. 3241 South Federal. And I'm so happy I'm on here because for the summer months we're going to be doing 7 to 10 instead of 8 to 11. So that's something important. I'm gonna be broadcasting it on my page here coming soon. But yeah, so that is gonna be 7 to 10 for I believe until August or September or something like that. But yeah, it's something. It's a great. I think it's just a great location to have something like that. It's a jazz jam. Everybody's welcome, free to the public. It's been something that's been growing and growing since we started it, and it's great. It's great times. They got food there. They got I believe they have beer, and it's right across from a actual bowling alley. So it's a lot going on.
That's what's up. Man. So jazz jam. I mean, and also you got isn't the music school right there too?
Yeah. It's it's on that same campus. It shares a campus with Vandercook and IIT. Yeah, IIT is the one that's hosting it. Now, IIT, they don't have music, but they're right next to Vandercook.
Next to it, yeah,
exactly. So the lady I work with, a wonderful woman, Elisa Bonton, she approached me about putting this together some years ago, and we got together and made it happen.
Yeah, and so y'all doing 8 to 11 this on the 23rd, and then after that you're gonna be going from 7 to 10. Is that correct?
No, actually 7 to 10. This coming May 23rd.
Coming up.
For this one coming up. Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be 7 to 10 until further indicated.
Yeah. No, that's all good, man. Let's talk a little bit about you though, man. You didn't play with so many people, bro. You didn't tour, man. You didn't just just been around, man. Can you maybe talk about just kind of for people who aren't familiar with you, man? You know what I'm saying? Because man, I'm just so proud of you, bro. You just been doing your thing, man, and just so low key and chill about it, man. Can you tell maybe just if folks don't know who you are, man? Can you maybe just kind of give a little bit of you know, a little history on who you are and what you do?
Oh, sure, of course. Chicago born and raised. I think that flavors a lot of what I do musically. I mean, it flavors. I mean, it's everything for me, you know. But yeah, you know, I started 14. You know, it's funny, man, because I do so much stuff, but I think to my root, I'm a blues musician. You know, I always joke about that. But that was the first thing I was taught. First thing that, you know, I actually enjoyed, you know, and then moved on from there. But yeah, you know, I'm Chicago native, born and raised. You know, I grew up in the city. I was blessed to come up and actually be under Fred Anderson, a legendary tenor saxophonist, Von Freeman, legendary tenor saxophonist, and I you know, I was blessed. I've been blessed to grow up in a time where I was able to come under like the Chicago legends like Willie Pickens and, you know, all these guys. So you know, so that just says a little bit about my music background. But you know, went to NIU, studied with all the world-class musicians up there. From then, been doing freelance and writing all over the city. Trying to see guys I play with. I've done stuff with Lupe. Yeah, man. Hey, you know, the whole Chicago, man. I don't even keep tabs anymore, man. But you know, yeah, I've done stuff with Lupe. Just recently played with Jennifer Hudson, Common, for a show. I can't even, man. I don't know. You know, who you play with? Oh.
Man, you know, we actually what just popped in my mind is when we got that call to do that Big Mensa video. Remember we was playing horns. Yeah.
I was thinking about that like I was doing maybe like last month, like, man, that was such a vibe, man. It seemed like so long ago with the pandemic. You know, because that was when I'm really sure that's when we did that, right? It was in one of those pandemic years. Right,
yeah, and it was outdoors, so it worked.
Yeah, man, but yeah, that was fun, man. That was fun. That was a good time.
Yes, sir. Well, man, speaking of jazz, since you host a jazz jam, man, you talk about Von Freeman. He had a jazz jam back in the day, right?
Yeah, that's something like that. Yeah, the New Apartment Lounge jazz jam on Tuesdays. When I you know, I wasn't going when I was in high school, but when I was in college at NIU, you know, NIU is about maybe like an hour, you know, good drive from the city, you know, 45 depending, but
depending.
yeah, right. But me and the fellas, we used to drive from Northern on Tuesdays to Von Freeman's New Apartment jam on 75th. And what is that? It's like right off King. I forget the name. Street, the exact street. But that was like, you know, that was like our homework. You know, we would go there, we soak up what Von was doing, and then we go drive back. It would probably end at like 2 or 3. We'd go drive back to the cabin and do our theory test in the morning. You know, that was the type of education. You know, but you know, it was important, and you know that you know, I wouldn't be able to do what I do like I do it, you know, if I hadn't, you know, put those hours in with some, you know, a lot of the Chicago guys and legends. So shout out to them.
Yeah. One more that I heard about so much before I got a chance to actually move here was the Checkerboard Lounge. Did you get a chance to check out that jam at all? Checkerboard
Lounge. I can't. I don't know if I've been to the Checkerboard Lounge, man. If I have, I probably didn't realize.
Yeah, it was back in the day. From what I heard, I don't know when it was. When it ended. But I heard there was a spot as well where folks was cutting their teeth and playing with the legends, man. And yeah, I would love to talk more about that some other time, man, because there's just so much history within the last 50 years, whether it be jazz, whether it be hip hop, whether it be soul music, poetry and dance. You know what I'm saying? All these performing arts. There's a lot of history in the last 50 years that's it's kind of underdocumented, and it just needs to be talked about because it needs to connect us to the future of what's happening here in Chicago and even today, not just the future. That's dope. I'm glad that you're a part of it, though, man.
Hey, look, so much history, but we making the history right now too. So, and shout out to you, man, with the Vibrations app, man. I love it, man. I love it. Thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me be a part, man. So,
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Give them one more shout out. Yeah. Let them know what's happening on the 23rd.
Okay, 23rd, come down, 3241 South Federal. We're gonna be having a jazz jam, speakeasy. Come through. We gonna sing. We gonna jam. We gonna vibe. We gonna play this and salute this jazz music, this black music, and we just gonna have a lot of fun. And once again, 7 to 10. So we're gonna be having a lot of fun a little earlier. Usually it's 8 to 11, but 7 to we're gonna be doing 7 to 10 from now on until we get back and probably about August or September. But everybody come down. It's gonna be great. Free 99, free FREE free. Yeah, right. When you come in, come downstairs and you will hear the music. Or if you're looking, just know, go to the game room. It'll be a big sign, Bog Jam. So I know that's been the only thing people have been a little confused on where to go. Go downstairs and you will hear the music, or follow the sounds of the bowling alley.
Just follow the sounds, either the music or the pins.
Exactly.
The bowling balls hitting the pins. You just follow the sound.
Exactly.
That's what's up, bro. Well, man, I appreciate you taking the time to come hang with us for a little bit, dropping a little knowledge and history, and also plugging your dope jam session. I'm happy that you got some more dates, because at first when I first heard of it, I think there were just like 4 dates or something like that. But I'm glad that you're still rocking through the summer, and I definitely got to pull up on you and hop in this jazz jam.
Oh yeah, man! Come on through, man. We're gonna have a good time. And just to let y'all know, we going to the end of the year too, so it's gonna be monthly through the end of the year. Yeah, I'm gonna post all the dates on my show, and I'm gonna send them to you too. But yeah, so yeah, okay. Man, I appreciate you having me, man. Yo, thank you again.
All love, brother. I appreciate you stepping in, bro.
Right then, brother.
And hosting this open mic for the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need more of these. This is very much how folks are kind of coming up, and this is a part of the education, as you said, bro.
That's right. That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
All right, man. Well, much love.
All right, man. Love and salute. All right, Vibrations, y'all. All right.
Hey, peace.
Hey.
Yo, so that was Ryan Nother, host of the Bog Jam. It happens at IIT. Now note that it's 7 to 10 now, not 8 to 11. So come an hour early. If you've been there before, know that it's starting at 7. We have another special guest that's going to be joining us in a minute. You're tuning in to SOUNDBOARD Saturdays. Welcome. Good morning. And check out what we got coming up. Hey, peace and love, family. This is Sam Thousand with Shibrations. Yo, Shibrations launched an app at the top of 2024 for open mics and jam sessions in Greater Chicago. This is a solution for a problem we've had for some time now to just figure out where the events are happening, where are the vibes. As artists, we like to be around other artists. We like to find that inspiration through artistry and just good vibes and good spaces to be in that are welcoming to creative people like us. So this app right here is a list view, it's a map view, and it's also a calendar view for open mics and jam sessions where you can check out full information on upcoming events. If you are someone who hosts an open mic or a jam session, just download our free app. You can upload your event for free. This is free for the community. This is free for you and me. So here on Soundboard Saturdays, we are amplifying the scene here in Greater Chicago, all the open mics and jam sessions that are happening. And we have some upcoming events that we're sharing that are coming up right about now. And then we're going to bring in a special guest for an event that's happening this Sunday. All right. Thanks for tuning in to Soundboard Saturdays. Yep. So once again, my name is Sam Thousand with Shibrations. Yo, we got a special guest we're about to bring into the space here. Y'all make some noise from Real One Show. Make some noise for Ben. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Ben?
Y'all hear me okay? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you really well. Yes, how you feeling?
Brilliant. I'm good.
That's
I'm
what's
good.
up.
I actually I was just in Indianapolis last night. I made the trip to watch Game 6. I'm from New York originally, so I'm a Knicks guy. I was a little disappointed, going all that way.
Yeah.
They did not close the deal on the series, but it's the first playoff basketball game I ever seen, so I feel like it was worth it. But yeah, coming back, now we're prepping for the open mic,
That's dope, man. Well, I got to press the brakes real quick before we talk about the open mic because I was definitely pulling for the Knicks as well, bro. Like Bronson has been really leading the team, man. So, but it's really cool that you were actually, in the crowd for the home team and to feel that electricity, right? I'm sure it was pretty powerful.
Yeah, I had been to Gamebridge Fieldhouse like back when I was first starting Real Ones. It was really like through my student radio station that I was getting involved in music, but then I was also kind of on the sports side of things. So I was doing some sports broadcasting for Northwestern basketball. And they did when they would be in the Big Ten tournament, I was lucky enough to go over there, and that was actually played at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. So I'd definitely been in that spot and that atmosphere before, but I mean, it just hit different when it's full of Pacers fans. I got this they're giving out the free yellow shirts, the Pacers playoff basketball. I personally will not be keeping mine, but I don't know if I want an Indiana Pacers shirt. Gave it to a friend of mine, but it was a great time, definitely electric. But Game 7 Sunday, hopefully we close it out.
Well, yeah, it's cool, and it makes sense that you was into basketball because your roots are in hip hop journalism, right? And hip hop and basketball, they go hand in hand. Can you talk a little bit about how you got into journalism? I believe you studied at Northwestern. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I was in the journalism school over there. Graduated in 2022. COVID definitely impacted my experience quite a bit. And it was, so I wouldn't say I got the full experience I was expecting, but definitely tried to make the most of it in a lot of ways. So got a lot of valuable tools for just figuring out how to interview people. And honestly, something that was so critical there was just, feeling like you could ask the right questions to kind of get people to open up in an interview. And also with that, just knowing when to chime in and knowing when to be quiet too, because sometimes hey, can you say a little bit more about that, can go a long way in kind of getting people to expound on whatever they're saying. And so now that we have sort of this crew of hosts and interviewers on Real Ones, I'm trying to bring that education, higher education journalism experience to everybody, and just giving tips and tricks where I can. I'll still host a good amount of interviews, when it takes place. But then, shout out Tyrell, Sydney, Alejandro, Ellie, and Jordan. Honestly, like all of whom are willing to step in and, do an interview when the time is right. So.
Yes, and it's much needed. Chicago is bursting at the seams with artists, but and that everybody's us. I'm sure some of these interviewers are creative people as well. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But we definitely need people in the spaces that are documenting, that are amplifying these voices, that are creating these spaces, these welcoming spaces for artists to thrive, resources as well, right? So I'm just so proud to know that there's such a movement for this right now. We got Chicago Scene as well. This is doing such a dope thing, and just creating this movement. And there's just this awareness for this need, and it's being led by creatives. You know what I'm saying? It's not being led by, institutions or foundations. It's being led by creatives, and then they get the they catch the way from what we do and how we set the tone. So I'm so excited about that. Can we
Yeah.
talk about this? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no. I was echoing what you were saying, but also, I think some people ask me, which is interesting. They'll be like, "Oh, so Real Ones is your full-time job, right?" And they'll ask that to people on our staff too, and it's like, nobody's paying us. Like we're fully independent, right? So there are a good amount of media platforms that are owned by record labels or owned by larger
Mhm.
conglomerates, and that's not us. And something that I take a lot of pride in is just knowing that the curation, who we decide to bring on, who we decide to partner with, is completely in our hands. But but on that note, it definitely we're definitely looking for ways to just make the model more sustainable. Everybody is super interested in continuing to build up this work, and we've been seeing a lot of growth, which is amazing. But yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, we're all kind of finding a way to live off of this. Everyone can quit their jobs. But for
Yes,
now,
sir. I mean, that's
community institution is absolutely what we're looking for. Documenting the Chicago scene. Some of our nightlife interviews have been some of my favorite things too. We just posted up outside the California Clipper. Kind of got to document just like the culture and people just kind of wiling out, going on for a night out. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Trying to do a little bit of like the side talk thing in New York. Bringing that energy to Chicago.
yes, man. Yeah, in the streets of New York, man, there's so much energy, man. You could feel it in the pavement, and we got that here in
Mhm.
Chicago as well.
Absolutely.
Being posted up outside of the California Clipper, especially when there's a line, like I'm sure that is a great time. The California Clipper used to be like a home base for me and my band before the pandemic. We even shot a music
Hmm.
video there. That's a legendary spot in and of itself. I do want to get back to like the passion of this as a
Yeah.
passion project. That's how Shabrations has started as well. And we should talk about how we can um, find ways to create more sustainability in general, just
Of course.
as a community. But yeah, it's just about if you got the means, like do what you can to uplift the people around you. If you're creating opportunities for other folks, you'll never be without one. If you're amplifying and you're giving love, you'll be receiving love. So it's just this way of the world, and I think as creatives we understand that, so that's so beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking, right before this about, I was just like, hey, I'd love to put you on the guest list for this open mic coming up. And you were like, nah, I want to come through and show love. And I was like,
Mhm.
that's amazing. The first way I even like got sort of embedded and introduced into the scene was like, keeping up with a lot of local media platforms. So folks like the Ghetto Flower, Chicago Reader,
Get up,
Illinois, seeing who they were kind of tapped in with, and B, just continuing to be out there. So especially after the pandemic, restrictions started to lift. I was just like, I'm just gonna try to go to any show that I can, and meet people, and that gradually, some people would meet some people, and then they'd introduce me to other people, and I mean, the cycle just continued, and now like 3 to 4 years later, here we are. But consistently showing up and showing love, right? It was always about like the first iteration of Real Ones was a podcast. So we did, and I would just be like, here's 5 songs that I've been listening to. Mostly it was Chicago based artists. And I would just like talk about how much they were like impacting me at that moment. You know, we were uplifting local Chicago community organizations as part of the pod, and then also having an interview component where more often than not we were talking to a local Chicago artist. So shout out to Brittany Carter, who was the first Chicago artist to ever appear on the show. I was like guest number 1, and now the co-founder of Real Ones, Brandon, he's her manager. So she comes full circle sometimes. You know?
Yeah, we got a chance to work with Brittany Carter for the 50 year of hip hop event that we did at the MCA, and I got a chance to work with Brandon, and it was really nice to just see her in the space for the panel discussion. And that's a great start. That's a great start for an interview podcast. Now you did you live in LA for some time?
No, I was
what's
never
the LA
out there.
connection? Okay.
So I grew up in New York, and then moved out here for school. I go to LA, you know, maybe like I call once or twice a year. My day job, I'm a publicist at this indie label called Network Music Group. So I go out there, and most of like the PR team on the label is based in LA. So I will, you know, go out there. Just, you know, get some FaceTime with coworkers. A lot of the artists that I represent live out there, you know, so sometimes it's linking up with them in person. And then there was also this collective, No Fun. So I don't know if you've heard of Dave Koresh.
No.
Chicago MC. He was really popping in like the heyday of the blog era, really. He moved out to LA. And I was managing him for a couple of years. I was always fascinated by his story. He was making all these cameos and all these music videos and everything. And he was dropping, you know, some music here and there on SoundCloud and Bandcamp and stuff. But, you know, I helped him release this Smoke and Mirrors EP, which was about 2022, 2023. We're no longer working together, but he was part of this, and all on good terms, you know, but he was part of this crew called No Fun LA. And it's this 9-piece crew. Yeah, they're unbelievable. They're on tour right now, opening for Atmosphere. So playing some like crazy rooms, but their energy, like they just welcomed me in so you know, to such a great degree. And I got to see them at all these parts of the process. So the first like backyard show that they ever did, I was out there supporting Dave, got to know the rest of the crew. And so like LA's always kind of felt like a home to me, because really off of that alone, like I love those guys.
That's what's up. So how did you meet the founders of Something Dope? That's an open mic in LA, right?
So that makes more sense why you're talking about the LA now. But we never actually met the Something Dope folks in person. But interestingly enough, we had a JPEG Mafia interview that we did at Pitchfork, right? And they have this content team.
That Danny Brown project. Oh my God.
Yeah, scaring the hoes. And hey, I mean, it was a crazy full circle moment to also like, we just put out a Danny Brown interview as well. So we kind of got both sides of it right now. But shout out to everybody that made that possible. But it was so for that, JPEG, I mean, we talked for like 2.5 minutes, right? It was a Pitchfork. We just like went up to him after he did this like talk back in the media area. And there was something that he said. He was just talking about, like, he said, like, haters are a real thing, you know, and I had 50 views for 15 years. Now I make a living from this, you know, so don't stop, keep going. And that was like his motivational, you know, kind of like call to action from the interview. That ended up being a clip that got us a lot of attention, and Something Dope actually found that clip and they reposted it. But they didn't give us any credit. And so I was like, so I saw it, somebody tagged Real Ones, and I was like, okay, well, that looks familiar. And I was just like, hey, I told like our Real Ones like community group chat, I was like, hey, you guys, you want to go tag us in this and like see if they'll give us the credit? And people started, going in on them. They were like, how dare you, like, da 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 da. I was like, I didn't even ask y'all to do all that. But seeing the community support was pretty crazy. I was like, damn, we really got some like people riding for it. Like, that's amazing. They eventually like gave us the tag, and And then I started just DMing Jordan, the founder of Something Dope. I was like, yo, it's no hard feelings. I appreciate y'all, but like, maybe let's tap in. I'd love to hear more about what you got going on. So we got on a couple of calls, and he was talking about how he was planning out this open mic tour throughout the US. So they have this
That's
model.
crazy.
They've done this they've done a lot of this in LA. And I was like, oh, honestly, I think I might be able to help out with something Chicago related. We've been wanting to do another open mic for a while. We've only done one. It was at a shout out to Thorn and Botanical Bars. There, Thorn and DJ Scully. We teamed up for something last summer-ish, early fall. And shout out the Garden too, this DIY space that recently closed down. But we did that open mic over there. That was a lot of fun. And just like as we're trying to throw bigger shows, as we're trying to do bigger interviews, it's important we like keep making a space to like see who's hot, obviously, and like find our blind spots, because people will send us a bunch of music and things can be kind of overwhelming. Like the live component of things is just, people can really blow you away, and you can really connect with the artist in a whole different light, so we were able to lock in Reggie's Rock Club, because honestly I was thinking, oh well, maybe we could do something like kind of small, but seeing like the way that they've been able to run up the events in LA, like I was like, you know what, we could give this a shot. Like we can really try to get some partners on board. And so shouts out to a couple of our vendors, Chelsea B Sodas, they'll be a presenting sponsor. Studio Shapes, they're going to be giving away free studio time, and then Acid House and Ladybuds Chicago, they're going to be vending. And then we also have a component of this where the winner of this open mic, we're going to decide, is going to open for a showcase that we're throwing at Metro June 14th. So creating like this unparalleled kind of like exposure experience. Some of these artists that are going to be performing at this open mic, they may have never hit the stage before, but it's trying to find that talent in its early stages, and that just means a ton to us. So I'm super excited to see everybody's performance, and excited to tap in with Something Dope in person. They've got like a lot of amazing ideas just about like how to incentivize turnout. People there's no way to sign up for the open mic. It's going to be like a raffle system, which, we're making sure everybody is like aware of that. We don't want anybody pulling up and be like, oh man, why did I get the chance to perform? Well, we're trying to tell everybody on socials and everything, right? It's not a guarantee type of thing. But there are all these ways that they're going to be doing trivia in the line. And so if you win the trivia, you can get some extra raffle tickets. If you go to the bar, you get a drink, you can get some extra raffle tickets. And then you can purchase a couple more raffle tickets at the door, but not too many. You can't game the odds. We don't want it to be just straight up like, oh, you pay this amount, you get on stage. Like it's, but the way that they do their incentives is really, really cool. And they're really, thriving in the digital ads as well. So shout out Something Dope, man. I think that they're like, their business model is very intriguing, and excited to, also kind of just bring folks from LA into the Chicago area. Because a big part of this is just, a big part of Real Ones in general is like kind of getting people who have these resources on the coasts, to tap into what we got going on here. And so being able to host the Chicago open mic, I mean, that's critical. That's like a big step. It's Something Dope. They got this platform, 100,000 followers. They got everybody on there have their own industry connections. One of their hosts, he's done media for Hip Hop DX. So it's like, you building blocks, if people show up, they're going to know, they might, you find the right people and who knows, right?
Yeah. And for them to actually see who's hitting the stage in the city as well.
Right.
LA folks are going to be blown away. There's such a wide range of creativity and artistry that hits open mics, and that's what's so beautiful about open mics in general. It's kind of intergenerational. And the way you're painting
about. No, sorry, just people were talking about like, oh, can we bring instruments? Are we able to do like poetry? Can I play some beats? I was like, dang, okay, this might be a wide range of stuff. Like, this is nice.
Yeah. Yes, I think the format is really unique as well. Is that the format for something dope, or is that something y'all came up with specifically for this open mic?
Yeah, that's
Like
the
with the
something dope
raffles and
model.
all of that?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
dope.
something dope model. I personally, it's something that we always there and look, I mean, there are a lot of free open mics out there, and so
Mhm.
we have to see like we have to make sure that we establish we're like, okay, so what makes this different? Why will people actually want to pay for a ticket to go to this? And not just a pay to perform thing, more even like a pay to attend. Why is this an experience that people would want to show up to? And I mean, tickets are honestly selling better than I might have even expected, which is like crazy to say because I obviously like co-signed the event. I wanted to, it's the one that wanted to do it. But yeah, there just are so many of these like free or like a couple dollars or suggested donation open mics. But with a venue like Reggie's where it's 400 capacity and the room is potentially
Yeah.
really really full, and if anybody hits us up about guest lists, like we got you. We just got to figure out this venue rental fee. You know what I'm saying? Like is
Mhm.
so
And that's why
yeah.
you
I mean,
support
but
if you can, y'all.
right,
Support
right,
if you
right.
can, and that's what you were talking about.
Appreciate
When
it
you were offering, but I was like, no, I can't support. So Reggie's is a huge venue, and there's definitely overhead that
if
they
you're
that they're
able
gonna hit you
to.
for. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Like I feel like that's something that people might miss where it's like, oh, well, I gotta pay $15 again. We had to pay 1,500, to rent the room. So it's like it's a little bit I have a hard time being like, oh yeah, no, I'm really sorry, guys. But it's you know, it's the experience, that people are gonna, I feel like, really gravitate toward. And I mean Chelsea B, I've had some of their sodas as well. They're gonna be doing these free giveaways. They a very solid CBD drink. I was able to like tap in with them, go over to like their warehouse, and chop it up with their one of their sales guys, Andres. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing these
nice.
prizes. The Metro giveaway, of course, and then Shapes is giving away studio time. We're just looking to
Shapes.
make it an enriching experience. Yeah, shout out Shapes, man. They're holding it down with the Wind Down Wednesdays.
Yeah, sir.
And
Such a
they just
vibe.
got a lot of amazing artists coming over there. Absolutely.
Yeah, just open and welcome. Hey, come through, slide on us. You know what I'm saying? Let's vibe. Let's just hang
Completely.
and just share space. That's love, man. Well, once again, y'all, this is happening on Sunday. This is Real Ones and Something Dope presents something real for the people. Open mic and industry mixer. There's gonna be vendors. There's gonna be giveaways and raffles. Y'all definitely check
Yeah.
this out. And if you can, please support. Get your ticket. If you're an artist and you want to get on the mic, you know what I'm saying? Come with that good intention, like your raffle ticket is gonna get pulled. You know what I'm saying? So you can get on this
Indeed,
mic,
indeed.
you can potentially win another opportunity to perform.
Gotta manifest. Gotta manifest. But
Yes,
hey, and shout
sir.
out to Sydney on our team for making that flyer. She went crazy.
Yeah, that's a dope flyer, man. Yeah, is that Andre Day?
Yeah,
Yeah, I love this
yeah, I
flyer,
think
man.
so.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I was just echoing the statement, bro.
Yeah. Yes, man. Yeah, the flyer is dope. So shout out to her. And I think she was one of the earlier interviewers that I saw when I first started seeing Real Ones. And man, just the
Yeah,
energy of videos and interviews and the variety of people that y'all have interviewed and highlighted. I think y'all doing such an amazing job. So kudos, big ups. I do want to shout out while we are talking about blog era, we're talking about
yeah, yeah.
journalism, Fake Short Drive as well. You know what I'm
Of
saying? They
course.
did a lot for the scene early on in the time, at least when I got to Chicago in 2009. So I just want to shout them out. But today,
Of course.
Real
Of course.
Ones is the leading media platform for journalism interviewing. It's like we really love here at Shabrations. We really love what y'all doing, and it's an honor to have you being co-founder of Real Ones on this platform with us here to talk about what you all are doing and also talk about this upcoming open mic.
Man, I appreciate y'all sharing the space. Like I'm so glad to be part of this. This StreamYard shit is really cool. Like this is,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
you popping in and out doing like the little commercial break type of thing. You have like the loading screen with
Yep.
this background music in the back. That's something I'm still trying to figure out for our own interviews, you know. So y'all are killing it right now, and making the intentional space for Chicago open mic specifically is also just, you know, is very targeted, and, you know, up and coming artists like who are looking for these performance opportunities and looking for ways to get booked. It's like, I mean, by all means, like this is exactly what you got to be tapping into, you know.
Yes, sir. And yeah, let's talk offline on how we can collaborate on this, man. I would love to introduce you
100%,
to
man.
this fully, man. It's a dope platform. I got into it during the pandemic when I was doing this show called The Midnight Hour, where I would go live at midnight and make live beats, and I would just improv and take suggestions from the audience and all that.
I love
Super
that. Love
interactive.
that.
That's coming back actually this summer. I'll be going live for the Midnight Hour this summer, so I'm excited about that. But we should do some type of collaboration. So let's talk about that on how
Definitely.
Shabrations and Real Ones could collaborate on some type of live stream like this. We can have up to about 8 guests in the space,
Yeah.
and just have some vibes. You know what I'm saying? And all of this is customizable, as you can see. So shout out to StreamYard. They came out. I didn't hear about them until the pandemic, and there were so many options of streaming in a pandemic because everybody was trying to like be a part of that wave. But StreamYard really listened to all the feedback, and they created like this monster of a streaming platform. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Fantastic. Yeah.
But
Hey
Ben,
man,
man,
gotta get
this is
them
a
real
pleasure.
brations going, you know, real shy.
Real
I
gracious.
I love
I
throwing the
love it. That's
real on anything, and then it becomes a thing, you know, like the
yeah.
we just did a collaborative show with you know, Not 97, which is this New York platform. So we were out there, and I was like, oh my God, not real, you know, there's one right there, you
Yeah.
know, something dope for the
Yeah.
people, real one, something real for the people, you know, there's a lot you could do with
Yes.
the word, but we're having a lot of fun with it.
Yes. Well, man, how did y'all come up? I can just imagine y'all in the space and y'all just kind of vibing on what the name would be. Like, is that what the story was, or is there a particular anecdote on how this name came about?
I think the ethos was always, so Brandon and I, it was just the two of us, you know, when we first started out. And we were introduced through Brandon's younger sister, Lauren, went to college with me, and she was doing a lot of the college radio stuff with me. She was like, oh, I like the way he does these interviews and stuff. You know, I'd love to. And so I started contributing over with them because they had a platform called Project Philo at the time. And Philo was kind of the incubator for Real Ones. They like really empowered me to like get going on this podcast, helped us a lot with the early guests. So Lauren, you know, had taken some photos of Brittany Carter. That's how I was even able to like get that going. But Real Ones was always just about, you know, cutting through the noise and just being like, hey, you know, we want to create a space where artists can talk about what they want to talk about, you know, not necessarily concerned with like, oh, you know, this rollout is happening right now. Like we want to, I've always been about asking the questions that others won't ask or haven't asked. Not like oh, we're gonna put you on the spot TMZ style, but more so like digging
Right.
deep. Like let's figure out some stuff that wasn't, you know, just on like the press junket that the traditional outlets are gonna ask. Like we want to get to know the people we're talking about, and you know, and also just make sure that, you know, our guests are kind of like embodying that too, you know, that what it means to like be a real one, right? Is just like, I don't want to ever compromise, you know, morals just to have someone really cool, you know,
Yeah.
someone's done some
Yeah.
fuck shit in the past, like, you know, and I don't really want to mess around with that, you know, even if they're the hugest artist in the world, even if they want to do an interview with us, like it's just not worth it, man. We want to uplift positivity and show the side of Chicago also that just, you know, isn't seeing, you know, and even seeing like some of our reels and stuff like documented, either, you know, it'll be like people praising Chicago or something like that, and to see like people's comments and feedback of like people that definitely are not from here being like, man, Chicago is so trash, like, man, come to the city. Like it's not all that it looks, you know. You're getting a
Yeah.
very skewed perception of it. I've certainly felt the home here. You know, and really more so than I did in New York. 18 years living out there. So yeah, it's a great place to be. I want everybody else to see that too.
Yes, it is, man. And that's the reason why I've been here as well for these last 15 years. I ain't going nowhere anytime soon. Um,
Boots on the
I
ground.
have so much love for the city. And so I'm very appreciative of people like you and organizations like Real Ones, collectives like Real Ones, that are really doing the work, you know what I'm saying, to amplify and like really filling the void, because we're missing a lot of industry here. What we lack in industry, we are abundant in artistry.
Yeah,
So just
yeah. That's a great way to put it.
having yeah, and I've been thinking of that for so long, and it's even like the what drives me to do what I do here. It's the same thing, it's all passion project. It's all because of the love of it and because of the service. So I just wanted to salute you, man, and thank you all for the service of just really amplifying the scene and standing in. You said something very important. Come to the city, come experience it for yourself.
Right,
I
right.
remember reading in your interview about showing up, like just show up. You can't be in your house, talking about the scene is trash, or you're not getting no work, or you're not getting any exposure, and,
Right,
and you're not
right.
showing up. So that's what it's all about, man. Taking that action, and the rest will follow, right?
Yes, no, that's so true. Sydney was talking about that. We did an interview earlier this week. And yeah, that was, but it reigns true, or consistently, is the
Yeah.
truth. Like we were just at a bunch of us were at this shout out to Solo Sam doing this Be Eats series, which is always like a great way to meet and connect with people, creating those spaces where you can show up for free, and experience
Mhm.
some amazing DJs, check out a new restaurant you probably hadn't before, check out this a culinary delight, and just get to meet people. Like people show up to that type of thing. We're still trying to, we want to replicate that in some sense as well. We're, making our events as affordable and, community centered as possible, while also not taking a huge loss. You know how it goes. We
Yeah.
gotta get them brands. Come on, run us a check,
You
man.
gotta manage, man. Gotta manage. Well, man, let's continue to fight, man. It's such a beautiful movement that's happening in the city. Being here for 15 years, I would have to say this feels new. It feels like a newer type of renaissance that's happening. We're moving into an age of more awareness and more truth being uncovered. And one big hard truth is that we need more amplification for our artists here. We need more spaces that are welcoming to the artists here. And we ultimately need more money and funding into the
Mm,
artistry.
yeah,
And even from
yeah.
the foundations down, I'm seeing it a lot happening. So, man, we're just all a part of this story, man, doing our part. So salute.
All in it together, man.
Yes,
Wouldn't
sir.
wouldn't want
Well,
to
man,
be
it's been a
anywhere
pleasure.
else. Yeah. Thank you so much. I
Exactly.
appreciate you
Exactly.
having me. Shout out Cybrations, man.
Hey. So can you give us one more plug about what's going on Sunday?
Yes, indeed. So, Real Ones and Something Dope are teaming up. Something Real for the People open mic and industry mixer.
Whoop.
Doors are going to be at 7 p.m. and performances are going to go from 8 to 11. We're going to have a cipher from the Great Cipher towards the end. So, shout out to Great Thinkers, and their crew over there. That's going to be amazing. We're going to have some vendors. We got Acid House. We got Ladybud Chicago. We got Studio Shapes giving away free studio time. We got a potential, a winner. You might just win a performance in Metro off of this. You might get some CBD sodas out of this. Tried to bring a lot of aspects of the community we love all together and make this a real, even show something dope. Like, hey, this is what Chicago is about. This is what it looks like, when we can go out and show up. So I hope y'all show up, to Reggie's. I hope that room is packed. And yeah, I can't wait. And hit me for a discount code because we got him. We got him.
Should they hit you on IG, Real Ones at Real One Show?
Yeah, Instagram at Real Ones Show. That's the best way to get in touch. I'm on there. The DMs can get a lot sometimes, but I try to answer everything. So yes,
That's what's
sir.
up, and we can't miss that it's 18 plus, y'all. So
Yeah, yeah.
if 18 plus, so
If you
that's really
are if
dope
you are
and
under
big as
18,
well.
yeah, we did. We definitely wanted to push for that instead of 21 plus. Give some of the younger artists a
Mhm.
chance. But I'm sorry if you're under 18. I'm sorry. Maybe catch the next one.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. In the meantime, keep practicing on your craft. You know what I'm saying? Just
Indeed.
prepare
Hey,
for that moment.
likewise, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's gonna be a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and I hope to see you there. Hope to
All
meet
right,
in
man.
person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, Ben.
Yeah,
Salute.
thank you. Enjoy the rest.
Yo, man, that was Bid from Real Ones, man. That was a really dope conversation. Let me see here. So on Sunday at Reggie's Rock Club, come check out this open mic. Something real for the people. It's going to be really live. If you want to check out more events that are happening on the Shabrations app, you can just download it for free on the App Store. And for now, we're about to give you a little commercial on what's to come. Check it out. Soundboard Saturdays. Soundboard Saturdays, y'all. Peace and love, everyone. This is Sam Thousand with Shabrations. Shabrations launched an app for open mics and jam sessions at the top of the year. We've been receiving a great response from the artist community. So thank you for supporting us. If you don't have the app, you can check it out for free. You can download it in the iOS App Store or the Android App Store, and check out our full calendar and map view of open mics and jam sessions that are happening throughout Greater Chicago. We got a couple events that are happening in the immediate, which is tomorrow, and some more that are happening throughout the week. So here we go. Thanks for tuning in to Soundboard.